Hey, hi, how you doing? This is the Gamertron, and welcome to the Gamertron Show. Today I have a question for you. A very simple question. What do you find more fun, more entertaining, more satisfying? Stealth or all-out action? It's been in video games for a long time. A lot of games have come out the past few years that have given you the option to be stealthy or go guns blazing. And some games that have come out the past few years have been completely focused on stealth, and others have been completely focused on all-out action. So, I want to ask you guys, what's more fun? What's more entertaining? What gets your heart racing, and what creates the most memorable moments in gaming for you? Stealth or all-out action? Let me discuss the merits of both. First, stealth. What makes stealth so satisfying? What makes it fun? Well, the feeling that you outsmarted your opponents. The feeling that you outsmarted. You were the most cunning. You outwitted an entire room full of people or enemies. You were able to complete your objective, get out of there alive, or eliminate them all without alerting any of them to your presence. It makes you feel like a badass, it makes you feel powerful, and as I said before, it makes you feel smart. You used the environment to your advantage. You used the darkness, silent weapons, silent takedowns. You watched your enemies' movements, where they moved, their patterns. You separated one from the group and was able to take him out without the others seeing. All this makes you feel smart. You feel like you really accomplished something, like you know what you're doing. You outwitted a room full of guys who have no clue what's going on, what's happening. They're scared out of their wits. Their buddies are disappearing or dying all around them, and they can't explain why. They don't know who's doing it. They can't see them. They don't know if they're high on a rooftop somewhere, or if they're right behind them. You feel powerful. You feel like a ninja. You feel invisible. You feel like you're a better, wittier, smarter guy than all the opponents you just went up against. So, there's real satisfaction in stealth. But sometimes, satisfaction doesn't just come from that feeling like you outsmarted, outwitted your enemies. There's also the feeling of getting it right, of getting the right answer. I know a few people, me included, who've tried to go through a section of a level or an entire mission stealthy. However, at some point, we screwed up and the alarm was sound. Everybody knew we were here. And I'm sure we've all said, shit, goddammit, crap, when we got spotted or we screwed up. So, when you're actually able to be stealthy, to pull off stealth in a mission or segment of a level, you feel like, yeah, I did it. I got it right. Everything I did was the right move, and with that, I won. And everybody on this earth is never not satisfied by doing or getting something right. So stealth is more satisfying, more entertaining for the tactician in all of us. For the guy who wants to feel smarter than his opponents, and the satisfaction of not being seen or not getting caught. Now, let's talk about all-out action. Guns blazing, explosions around every corner, adrenaline-inducing action. Where stealth is more satisfying in how it personally makes you feel about yourself, like it's a personal accomplishment. All-out action is just eye candy. It's satisfying to the eyes. Seeing the flashes of light, the bullet fire, or bullet flares, or bullet lights, or whatever it's called, emanating from gun after gun. The explosions that emanate every once in a while, or all the time, from heavy weapons, explosives, or environments and characters getting set ablaze and shattering into a glorious fireball. All-out action is more satisfying to the mind. You don't need to think about it. You don't need to break it down and think of how to tactically handle the situation. You just act within the moment, when that adrenaline is fueling you to just stay alive and take out as many enemies as possible, get to the objective without dying. You get passionate, you get adrenaline fueled. You get happy and entertained just watching what's happening in front of your eyes. And with the beauty of video games, you get to be a part of intense, extremely deadly, fantasized violence. You get to be in there and see everything going on without the burden or fear of actually getting hurt. That, as I said before, allows you to just live in the moment, do crazy things, do stupid suicidal things, and see if they result in something absolutely badass or death. And while death can be a downer, dying in the middle of all this exciting action, then having to try and get back into it, can be a bit of a downer, can slow down the pace. It's great motivation for you to not die again. You don't want to die again, you want to do better, and you want to see more of the action and get more involved in it. And it's all the more satisfying when you're able to stay alive and succeed, to kill hordes of your enemies without the disappointment of death. It strives you to get better. So, with all-out action, there's the satisfaction of the visual flair and the motivation to do better if you happen to fall during all that action. So, the question comes up as to whether you prefer stealth or action. Do you prefer to get satisfaction after putting some effort into it through stealth? Or do you prefer immediate satisfaction? Do you prefer an adrenaline rush through action? But what is my personal preference? What is my take on this? If you were to come up to me and ask, "Hey Ryan, what do you prefer? A good stealth game or a good action game?" That really depends. I have played games that mainly focus on only stealth, and I have played games that mainly focus on only action with no stealth. But honestly, my favorite games, the games that I prefer, are the games that blend the two together, that give you an option to go guns blazing, or take a stealthier, hidden, unseen approach. It's why I really enjoy games like the Crysis first-person shooter franchise, or Payday 2, or Skyrim, or Fallout 3, or Dishonored, or Prototype, the Prototype games. And I'm currently really enjoying Watch Dogs for its options on whether to take a stealthy approach or guns blazing. I really like just being given the option, given the choice between one or the other. I don't like a stealth game having half-assed action, and I don't like an action game having half-assed stealth. I like them being both viable and well-made options, like the games I mentioned: Crysis, Prototype, Watch Dogs, Dishonored, Payday 2, and hey, there are many others out there. However, there are some people who enjoy just one or the other, and while I do enjoy some games that mainly focus on action, or mainly focus on stealth, I prefer more games that give you the option and have both. So please, let me know what you guys think. What is your personal preference? Do you prefer a good stealth game, a good action game, or are you like me and prefer games that have the option of both? Please, let me know your opinions in the comments below. If you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to hit the like button. And if you want to support me and my channel, please subscribe. Well, that's all for now. I'll see you guys in the next video. Later.